To kick this one off, Albus Dumbledore goes to a neighborhood and removes all of the streetlights on a road with a magical device. He is met by another woman, Minerva McGonagall, and a large giant man named Rubeus Hagrid. They are all in this neighborhood to drop off a baby who recently lost his parents to his aunt and uncle's house to live. The story then jumps 10 years later, and the baby is now 11 years old, and his name is Harry Potter and lives with his aunt and uncle, Vernon and Petunia Dursley. He hates living with them because they don't really like him too much and they make him stay under the stairs in a cupboard as his bedroom. They also have a son named Dudley Dursley who is a spoiled rotten brat. It is Dudley's birthday and they are all going to the zoo. A little later at the zoo, Harry starts talking to a snake jokingly, but the snake understands him and then Harry makes the glass barriers somehow disappear, so the snake is set free and Harry has no idea how it happened. Vernon grounds Harry, and for the next week, owls keep dropping off letters at the Dursleys' house that have Harry's name on it, but the Dursleys keep throwing them away because they don't want Harry to read what is on the inside. So many letters come that Vernon tells the family they are going away for the weekend to try and get away from the letters. They go to a remote cabin on the lake, and as the clock hits midnight, it is Harry's birthday, and then the giant from earlier, Hagrid, breaks the door down. He tells Harry that he is a wizard and has been accepted into Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. Harry is stunned and the Dursleys tell Hagrid Harry isn't going. But Hagrid says Harry can make the decision for himself, and of course, Harry wants to get far away from the Dursleys. Hagrid takes Harry to Diagon Alley, which is a shopping district specifically for magical people. Hagrid takes him to the Wizard Bank, Gringotts, and Harry is stunned to see his parents left him a ton of gold before they died. Harry gets all of his books needed, a brand new wand, and an owl named Hedwig. They sit down to have lunch, and Hagrid tells Harry how his parents really died. A wizard named Voldemort came to kill Harry, but his parents sacrificed themselves to save him with a love spell and sent Voldemort away. That is why Harry has a lightning bolt scar on his forehead. The following day, Hagrid takes Harry to King's Cross Station, where Harry is set to board the Hogwarts Express that will take him to his new school. Harry meets a magically family known as the Weasleys, and Harry becomes best friends with Ron Weasley right away, who is also a first-year student. Ron tells Harry how everyone in the wizarding world knows who Harry Potter is, and he is famous for being the baby who banished Voldemort away. Voldemort is known as the darkest wizard of all time, and he was very dangerous in his prime. Harry and Ron continue to eat a bunch of treats Harry bought and get to know each other a little better. A little girl comes into their compartment and introduces herself, and her name is Hermione Granger. She is also a first year, but is a nerd and knows pretty much everything about magic, despite growing up with Muggle parents. Wizards call non-magic people Muggles. They arrive in Hogsmeade, the town next to Hogwarts, and Hagrid takes them up to the huge castle where they will be spending their next 7 academic years. It is surreal for all of the first years, and McGonagall greets all of them and tells them they are about to be sorted into one of 4 houses in the castle. The 4 houses are Hufflepuff, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, and Gryffindor. Ron tells Harry how all of the dark wizards always come from Slytherin. While waiting, another first year, Draco Malfoy, introduces himself to Harry and says he should pick better friends than Ron Weasley, but Harry stands up for Ron and says he will be friends with whoever he wants. Draco comes from a long family history of dark wizardry and being in Slytherin. They enter the Great Hall, which is where they always eat and have school-wide meetings. Albus Dumbledore is the headmaster for the school and is also known as the greatest sorcerer in the world. All the first years get sorted into their houses by the sorting hat. Draco gets put in Slytherin, while all 3 of Harry, Ron, and Hermione get sorted into Gryffindor. A little later while eating, Harry spots a teacher named Severus Snape, and as they make eye contact, the scar on Harry's forehead starts burning. Snape teaches potions at the school, and the man next to him, Professor Quirrell, teaches defense against the dark arts. Over the next month, they start their classes and learn how to be a true wizard and how to control their magical abilities. It's obvious Snape has some kind of vendetta against Harry and always picks on him in class. At their first broom flying session, a kid named Neville isn't able to control his broom and it starts going crazy, and he is taken to the hospital wing by the teacher. While gone, Draco makes fun of Neville and throws his Remembrall, and Harry gets on his broom to go and save it before it breaks. Professor McGonagall sees how talented Harry is on a broom, and she wants him to be the Gryffindor team seeker for the Quidditch team. Quidditch is the main sport wizards play, and Oliver Wood asks Harry if he will be their seeker, and Harry says yes. Later that night, Harry, Ron, and Hermione are roaming the castle, and end up on the forbidden floor where they run into a three-headed dog who seems to be guarding something, and they sprint away. 2 weeks later is Halloween, and everyone is feasting in the Great Hall whenever Professor Quirrell comes in yelling that there is a troll in the dungeon. Everyone freaks out and are led to their house common rooms. But Harry notices Hermione isn't there, and she is in a bathroom. They go to save her, and the troll walks into the bathroom Hermione is in. Harry and Ron work together to save Hermione and use a spell to knock the troll out. The following week is the first Quidditch match of the season, and Harry is nervous, but Oliver tells him it will be fine. All Harry needs to do as a seeker is catch the golden snitch, and they will win the match. During the match, something is messing with Harry's broom, and Hermione thinks someone is jinxing it, and she looks over at Snape and sees that he is doing some sort of spell. She goes and lights his shirt on fire, which distracts him long enough for Harry to catch the golden snitch and win the match. The trio talks with one another, and they think Snape was trying to kill Harry, but Hagrid says Snape would never do that. They also want to know what the three-headed dog is guarding, but Hagrid won't tell them. Christmas break comes, and Ron and Harry decide to stay at Hogwarts over the holiday instead of go back to their real homes. On Christmas, Harry opens a gift that doesn't say who it is from, but it turns out to be an invisibility cloak, which Ron says are very rare. Harry uses the invisibility cloak to sneak in the library and look up Nicholas Flamel, because he thinks the thing that the three-headed dog is guarding was created by Nicholas Flamel. While roaming around, he sees a magical mirror, and when he goes to look in it, he can see his parents behind him. Harry goes to grab Ron and show him the mirror, and when Ron looks in it, he sees that he is head boy, and they realize the mirror shows them what they desire most. After winter break is over, Hermione comes back to school, and she tells Harry she did some research on Nicholas Flamel while she was gone, and she learned that Flamel was the creator of the Philosopher's Stone, which is a rock that produces the elixir of life and can create a liquid that makes the drinker immortal. They all conclude that is what the three-headed dog named Fluffy is guarding, and they think Snape is after it. They try talking to Hagrid once again, but he says Snape is not after it, and they need to stop meddling in this stuff. Draco sees the trio outside of the corridors past the time they are allowed, so he goes to McGonagall to snitch, and McGonagall gives all 4 of the students detection, even Draco since he was out of his bed too. For their detention, they are told to go into the Forbidden Forest with Hagrid as he is trying to find out what has been killing the unicorns in the forest. They split up, and Harry is partnered with Draco. As walking around, Harry sees something eating a unicorn, and Draco sprints away frightened, and then the cloaked figure goes up to Harry, but a centaur comes out of nowhere to save Harry, and the figure floats away. The centaur tells Harry that the thing drinking the unicorn's blood was Voldemort, and that is how he is staying alive, but he is a shell of himself as he doesn't have his full body that he used to. He's like a parasite at the moment. Harry tells Hermione and Ron that he thinks Voldemort is working with Snape to get the stone, and that will bring Voldemort back to life. Every time Harry thinks about Voldemort, his scar burns his forehead. Harry wants to go tell Dumbledore what he knows, but McGonagall tells him that Dumbledore flew to the Ministry of Magic in London for a meeting, and since he is gone, Harry thinks Snape will try to get the stone tonight. Harry tells Ron and Hermione they need to go there first to prevent the stone getting into Voldemort's possession. That night, the trio sneaks out, and the first room they go into, Fluffy is guarding a trap door, and they are able to sneak past Fluffy while it is sleeping, and they fall into some sort of vines in the next room. Hermione tells them to calm their muscles, and the devil's snare will let them go. All 3 make it into the next room, where there are a bunch of flying keys, and Harry has to get on a broom and find the correct key that works in the lock on the door. He is successful, and the following room is a giant chessboard, and since Ron is great at wizard's chess, Harry and Hermione follow his every move. They play and win, but since Ron got injured during the game, Hermione tells Harry to go forward and stop Snape from getting the stone, and she will tend to Ron. By himself, Harry goes into the last room, and he is shocked to learn that it wasn't Snape that was trying to steal the stone. It was Professor Quirrell this entire time. Professor Quirrell is looking at the mirror of Erosid, thinking it will allow him to get the stone, but it isn't working for him. He tells Harry to look into the mirror, and when Harry does so, the Philosopher's Stone appears in his pocket. Harry doesn't tell Quirrell he has it and lies, but a voice tells Quirrell to let him talk to Harry. Quirrell then takes off his turban, and Harry is shocked to see Voldemort is living on the back of Quirrell's head as a parasite. Voldemort tries reasoning with Harry to give him the stone, but Harry knows he killed his parents, and he will never work with him. Voldemort tells Quirrell to attack Harry and get the stone, but whenever Harry touches Quirrell's hand, it starts melting. Harry notices this and grabs his whole face, which ends in Quirrell's body disintegrating. Voldemort is now just a smoke orb, and he leaves the room unsuccessful in getting the stone. Harry passes out and wakes up in the hospital wing and speaks with Dumbledore, who is proud of Harry for saving the school from Voldemort getting his hands on the stone. Dumbledore tells Harry he talked with Flamel, and they both agreed to destroy the Philosopher's Stone. Harry gets to feeling better, and he goes to the Great Hall where the school is having its final assembly of the school year. Gryffindor ends up winning the House Cup after Harry. Ron and Hermione win their house 150 extra points for saving the school from Voldemort. Harry says goodbye to Hagrid and heads back to his aunt and uncle's house for the summer until the next school year begins. And that is it for this one, friends. We'll get Chamber of Secrets done next. Thanks for watching.